Hi guys, welcome back to the Premier Hotspur TV. It's your man Simon, North of England's biggest Spurs fan. Guys, we are back again for probably the biggest game of Tottenham season. It's make or break this game for top four and for that golden boot we see there between these two guys. So we'll talk all this, guys, just after this intro. Yes, guys, we are back again with another match preview. And as I said just before the intro, guys, this is probably the biggest game of probably Liverpool's season, Tottenham's season. And yes, we are joined again by co-host Matt in the building again. Matt, as we said there, mate, this is probably both teams' biggest game of the season. Probably these two guys behind us as well, Matt, biggest games as well, going for that golden boot. How are we, Matt? First of all,
yeah, no, I'm all good, mate. No, it is a big game tomorrow. I'm sure the nerves they're starting to kick in a little bit now, but I think tomorrow will be worse. But yeah, I mean, it's Liverpool, isn't it? I mean, they're playing some of the best football in the world at the moment, and I don't know. On our day, we can obviously compete with any team and give them a go, but I don't know. It's a tough one, isn't it? Our record at Anfield's pretty awful, and yeah, but they haven't lost for a while. I just think it is about time, but you just never know. It's a massive game for both teams.
absolutely, Matt. Absolutely, it's an absolute huge game. I mean, for both Liverpool and Tottenham. Would we be sitting here, Matt, saying that when Conte first come in, where was ninth or 10th, something like that, was well away from Champions League football. Now to say like we're on the tips of the berg for Champions League football, we are toe to toe with Arsenal. Arsenal got Leeds obviously at home, with Leeds fighting for survival. And we've got this absolute tough test against Liverpool. Wishing they weren't going for the league, wishing they didn't have nothing to really play for, Matt. But they have. They got this running against Manchester City. They're in for the quadruple, and tomorrow won't be any different. They'll go at it again, Matt. So let's say first of all, guys, whoever's coming to the chat, if you're new to it, guys, subscribe to the channel, guys. We are close to 1K subscribes, guys. Smash the like, guys. Comment away. Leave your comments in there, guys, and we'll get to you as soon as we can, guys. And Matt, have we got anyone in the chat yet, Matt?
Literally, just one person. Ben B. He says, "Yes, Simon."
Yes, Ben.
Oh, hang on. There we go. There's another one. Carl's in the building. Hope you're doing well, Carl.
Yes, Carl. He says, always there.
Come on, you Spurs, and he says, "Hope we're both well." No, we're good, mate. I hope you're good too.
Absolutely. Matt, let's get back in. Let's get straight into the team news, because Tottenham. Let's go to the Tottenham team news, Matt. You can have this. I'll fire this over to you, mate.
Yeah. So Doherty's obviously out with a knee injury. Reguilon, well, apparently according to Conte, sort of out maybe for the rest of the season, isn't he? He hasn't trained. I mean, this guy's made as much as glass as Sessegnon is. He really is. Skip's obviously out for the season. I think it was the right call with Skip. I think, let him have his operation, let him have his rest and recovery in a proper pre-season, and hopefully he comes back a lot stronger. Tanganga, yeah, he's obviously been out. He's had an operation on his knee, I think. It'd be interesting to see what happens with him in the summer. But apart from that, we're all good. But we really can't afford any more injuries. We've got such a thin squad now.
Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. We spoke about the last game against Leicester, Matt. Doherty, we surprised being saying it. What a miss, Matt. over the past 3 or 4 games, he has been what we've seen at Wolves, Matt.
Yeah.
So against Leicester, we got through Leicester without him. But something like this game, Matt, we could have done with it, though. I mean, we could not got to rely on Emerson, which is very worrying, Matt. Very worrying. And regular, as you said, Matt, each form has gone like that. It started right, he's boom. And yeah, you're right, mate. With his injuries, he's always picking up something. With Skip, shame about Skip, Matt, and he's like having a great
It's just
season.
a bit of bad luck,
season.
really, as well. You know, he obviously he got an infection, and it's obviously got worse. But I think rushing him back would have been a stupid call, because if you make it worse, it's, you know, I just think, okay, well, at least we got Bentancur in, and we just got to hope him and Højbjerg can stay fit, because if one of them gets injured and Winks comes in, you might as well kiss bye-bye.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And Tanganga, he's been out all season. Well, most of the season. So we probably won't see him. We probably won't see him until next season. Probably up to another. Sorry about that, guys. And the reception. It's Matt, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, you did break up a bit, but I think you're all good now.
Yeah. You were breaking up as well, Matt. I've got too much going on in my house, so I mean, kids going on, playing on everything. And let's get into Liverpool team news, Matt. It's just a one at the minute. That's all I know, Matt. I don't know if you know anything else. Firmino's a questionable one with a foot injury. He likes a goal against us, Matt. This guy.
Yeah, he does. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he's near enough out, I think, but I don't know. I mean, if Jake's in the building or he's in the comments, that would be if he could let us know, Jake. But I don't know if he's here. But
yeah, absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. If Jake's in the building,
no, I don't want him coming on. He always scores against us.
Absolutely, Matt. Absolutely. So let's get into it, Matt. Let's get into it. How does Conte attack this game, Matt? How does he? Does he sit in? It's dangerous against Liverpool at Anfield, or does he have a good go? I say, do you know what? We've got nothing to lose here. I mean, it's one of these games that if you sit back, you're just going to get hammered. I mean, but if we give it a good go, I think that's probably when you play teams like Liverpool, the cities, and that, you've got to go at them. You've got to get in their faces and give them a good game. You've got to play their game and just trying to put as much pressure on them as possible. If you let them have the ball, they'll pick you off, mate. So how does Conte attack this game tomorrow, mate?
Well, I think straight from kickoff tomorrow. I think for me, we've obviously had a whole week off. There are no excuses now. Liverpool played a midweek game, just got through to a Champions League final. I think there will be changes. I think they'll rotate a little bit. But I think we get at them. I think we get in their faces. I think we press them from the off, and everyone has to work. Well, you're going to have to work as hard as you ever have, I think, against this Liverpool team, because they just never give up, or they can press the whole 90 minutes. We're going to have to be on it. Yeah. I think we're going to have to choose when we attack and when we kind of try and keep the ball and, you know, try and frustrate them as well. You've got to try and quieten that Anfield crowd down as quick, you know, like Everton sort of did in that whole first half. They had chances as well, you know, when Everton played Liverpool. I think there's a similar sort of game plan there. But I think naturally it suits us a bit more because we can play on the counter attack, which, you know, we did at City, and, you know, that worked really well. I just think if we get our chances, we've got to take them. But we've got to defend well. No silly mistakes. Don't give away stupid corners. Don't give away silly free kicks, because they score goals from set pieces quite a lot of the time, actually. I think they're first or second in the league for that, alongside Man City and West Ham. So, yeah, just no stupid mistakes. You know, be careful with tackles. Take a card if you need to, but just don't do it too early in the game, and don't give a referee or VAR, you know, decisions to make. Because when that Anfield crowd get on you, mate, I do believe it sort of puts a lot of pressure on referees and VAR to give stuff. So,
right,
Matt, we'll be
if you want to go out and come back in, see if Yeah, as Matt, I'm having trouble, guys. I want to see if it's Matt first, and I'll go back and I'll come back in as well. There is some comments in here. There is some comments. Sorry, guys. There is comments in here. We got Eddie saying, "Yids, how's it going, pal?" We have got Das. He's saying, "Please beat Liverpool." Let's bring Matt back in. Matt, are we all right?
Yeah, can you hear me? I didn't know I was. Am I good?
Yeah, he's still a bit laggy there, matey.
Am I?
What I'll do, Matt, if I go out and come back in, and you just continue to chat there, mate, and I'll bring myself back in.
Okay, mate. Dar says, please beat Liverpool. Well, we'll try, mate. We will honestly try our hardest, but yeah, don't expect too much. Dar says, hoping their squad is a bit tired or stretched from all the tournament matches. Yeah, no, I think hopefully, yeah, a bit tired, and I hope Spurs just capitalise and get on them from the start, get in their faces, get at them, be aggressive, be brave. Play like Conte wants, and hopefully, yeah, we try and get the result. Paul says Matt not lagging for us. Yeah. Oh, Simon's back in. Here he is. I think it's your end, mate, not mine, apparently. But
yeah, right, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I may have to. Matt may have to do this on his own in a minute. I'll turn myself off and come back on in a minute if it still carries on. So, guys, thanks for bringing the chats, guys. Keep the chats coming, guys. I'm sorry about the lagging. It's just my house because obviously when the kids upstairs, they're on their computers so they're running through the internet as well. So, Matt, where was we, mate? Where was we? How can't these Matt, just briefly go back through what you're saying because you broke up everything there.
I think you got to be ready from the off. Like Conte said in his sort of press conference the other day. He said we've got to pass it well, but we've got to work really hard, and we've got to work as a team, press as a team. And I think, like you say, Simon, I just think get in their faces, and yeah, I think we're going to have a bit of luck as well. But I just said don't be stupid, Spurs, and give away silly free kicks or corners all the time, because they've got an aerial threat with Van Dijk. Alexander-Arnold can take a free kick. Salah can score from anywhere. Yeah, I think that will be key. I think trying to stop the crosses coming in the box as well. Don't let Trent or Robertson just freely whip the ball in, especially Emerson, where he just kind of lets them sometimes. Close them down, be aggressive, and just get in their faces and see what they're about on the actual day. They could be tired. They might make changes. They got a lot of games to think about. They're in 4 cup competitions still. Well, 3 left, isn't it? They've got to be careful. They're not going to go flying in completely. They've got Champions League final. They've got the FA Cup final next week. Just give them something to think about. This is a big game, but we've had a week off, and I think we've got to use that to our advantage.
Absolutely, Matt. As I said, I mean, as Conte said there, we've got to stand up for ourselves. We've got to have that mentality in us to go out there and we can beat Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's been missing for so long, mate, in this football club. We always go to these, like the Liverpools, the Uniteds and the Arsenals and Chelsea's. Got that mentality. We lost it already before the kickoff. Like, I think the players are like the fans. We've lost it already. You know what I mean? Before the kickoff. It's like, do you know when you're playing football as a kid, Matt, and you played a team before and you've got smashed by them before, and you like say, "Oh, it's them again." You've lost the game, innit? And I think that's how Spurs are as a team going to these big teams. We just lost the game. The mentality's not right, and I hope Conte, you just need to drive them into winning mentality into their head. Say, literally, just go out there and just give you all players. We need big games from big players tomorrow to actually get something out of this, mate. Matt, we've got anyone in the comments there, mate?
Yeah. Bob's in the building. Big up, legends. We have to want it.
Yes,
believe it. Expect it. He says positive energy is a must.
Absolutely.
We've got a Gooner in the chat. I can't be
Yeah.
asked to sing that. And I'm not
No.
going to sing it. But yeah. Richard Evans, he says, yes, yes, yes. Just got in from work and my 3 favourite boys are on.
Yes, yes, Rich.
He
He
also
loves
says 2
us.
boys. So, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Das has asked us, how do you guys feel about the 3 at the top? Does he mean
What?
like the 3
Is
teams
it
at the
out?
top?
Yeah, I think he's about Liverpool's 3, probably the 3 attackers. I mean,
Right.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared of them. I mean, and I think that's how Tottenham should go in tomorrow. Don't fear. I mean, they're just footballers at the end of the day. They are good footballers. I mean, but we've got a front 3 who can scare anyone on the day. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, so nah, I'm not scared at all, Das.
Rich has given us a prediction. He says Liverpool 4, Spurs 2 tomorrow night.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, dear. Jesus Christ.
Edwardson's in. He
Yes,
says,
Ed
hello,
Martin.
guys. He says, good to see Rangers get into the final and beat some Germans along the way.
Yes, yes, absolutely fantastic. They deserved it, I'm telling you, Rangers.
Yeah,
The
they
teams
did.
they've beaten along the way, the Dortmund,
Yeah,
and RB
unbelievable.
last night, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, no,
And
they
I
did
think they're
really
going to
well.
win it now because Frankfurt was terrible against West Ham last night. I really, and the 10 men, I think they weren't great. I think Rangers have got this. They've actually got this.
But thank you, Frankfurt, obviously.
Yeah.
Sorry to any West Ham fans if they're in the chat, but yeah. Edwardson, he says, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, Spurs.
Bob's put 3 boys, Rich. I'd say it's too early to drink, but hey, it's Friday.
Big up, Bobs, man. Big up, Bobs.
Kelly JTV's in the building. He says, it's not impossible for Spurs to beat Liverpool. I am
Absolutely.
hopeful.
That's the positivity we want. Absolutely. I've been saying it all week. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks now, but everyone's keep mentioning this game. Just like, I'm not scared at all. And I think I'm confident we can go there. Do you know what? And just get at least a point. I mean, I'll be happy. I'll be happy come away for a point there. I really do. I mean, so 3 points will be just absolutely.
Richards, but I'm forever winning, Jack. All should be the West Ham anthem.
West Ham are massive everywhere they go.
Yeah. Not after last night, mate, I tell you. Richard, I don't think it will be that high scoring match. Whether we win or lose or draw, it's going to be KG, I reckon.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's going to be.
Tomorrow.
It's going to be off. It's going to be off your seats.
I see goals.
But we'll get into it. Yeah. After these comments, we'll get into some more of it. And
Ed Watson's put hello to Bob.
Yeah.
Rich, but definitely Bob's. But I'm having the night in with Jackie Bell.
Big up, Rich. Big up, Rich.
Darcy's, but it still looks like they don't have someone in the middle feeding Kane and Son. Everything comes through the sides. Comes through the sides,
well,
we can't cross.
Unfortunately, Darcy, we can't do nothing until next season. So we'll have to do what we're doing at the minute, and hopefully it can work tomorrow.
And Harry's got a question for you, Si. He says, will you be watching Arsenal All or Nothing on Prime?
Oh, I'll be loving that. I'll be loving that, mate. I'll be laughing over that. I'll be loving to see fucking what goes on behind the scenes at Arsenal. I'm telling you, because I watched the Man City one. I mean, because
Man City,
a lot of them fucking hate Arsenal, but these sort of documentaries, I love it. I mean, because they are good, especially if they don't make top 4. It will be even better.
It would be good. Das, I meant 3 at the top for Spurs. I just wonder if Kane and Son alone wouldn't be better because of their great partnership.
No, me personally, I think
Kulu's done.
I think the 3 at top. I think Kane. I know Kane's not in great form at the minute. It's all on Son at the minute and Kulu. Massive pressure on him tomorrow. You know what I mean? But it's massive. But if there's questions I want to ask the panel, I'll ask Matt and I'll ask you guys in the comments. There is questions coming up.
Richard's put, my brother is going up to Anfield, but I got to take Mrs. Evans away for a dirty weekend away for her birthday.
Oi, all right. Hey, get lucky there, lad.
Yeah, good distraction in case it all goes wrong tomorrow, but you know. Bob's put big up. Then Richards put, "There's more chance of me having a big breakfast with Denise Van Outen and Kelly Brook than Spurs getting a result tomorrow night." Well, we'll see.
You
We
never
will
know.
see.
Say now.
Football's a funny game, you know.
Oh,
I mean, would people have said Rangers would
oh,
beat Leipzig? Do you know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Everton beating Chelsea and Brentford smashing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. You just never know, mate.
That's
Richard
absolutely.
Bob's replied. He says, "If we win tomorrow, I'm coming to breakfast with you, mate."
Oh, big up, Bobs. Absolutely big up, Bobs.
And that was
Um,
the last one, mate.
that was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll finish off with this, guys. I'll finish off with this with the Conte, how we're going to attack this game. We just need to just literally get in their faces, right? Go from the word off, get the early goal. We've got to get the early goal. I'm telling you now. If we score first early, I'm telling you now, then Liverpool's got to come at us. And we know how good we are hitting teams on the break. I mean, teams who play the high line. So, but Matt, sorry. Sorry, Matt. This one. How is important, Matt, is to get no, sorry. I don't know. Is this one here? Yeah, this sorry guys, it's all messing up here. I don't know how does oh sorry guys. So Matt, just got to edit this one, guys. Having a mare tonight. This is what Russian does. This is why I flipping hate Russian, me personally. This one. Sorry guys, this one. Is it time now Harry Kane turns up for big games like this? Me, I think so. I mean, when on years gone by, Matt, these big games, we ask our big players to stand up. Big teams like Liverpool and big teams like City, Chelsea, United in the past have asked their big players to step up in big games. Yeah. And 90% of the time, they're big players to step up. That's Harry Kane now. Does it now? This is the time now, Matt. This is the back end of the season where we're going for that Champions League, Matt. We know it's Anfield. We know it's Liverpool. Yeah. If he wants to be there, Matt, as he's up there with the best in the world, the best in the league, and that. These are the games he should be turning up. I mean, and hopefully helping Tottenham to 3 massive points. I know I'll probably get wrapped by a few people about this, but to me, Kane doesn't always turn up. It's always Son. Son doesn't get much credit in what Kane does. I mean, Kane and Son's our go-to man this season, I think, with Kane. But I think he needs to turn up, Matt, in big games. He needs to start. I mean, so I don't know what your thoughts about it, mate. Does he need to turn up in these, especially these games, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he turned up against Man City. That's probably the best game I've seen him in a big game individually. Turn up and actually win the game kind of on it. Well, with the team, but he did magic on his own, didn't he, on that day? The way he got, the assists, the 2 goals. He's got to do something similar against Liverpool tomorrow, and he's got to step up. He's the first one that comes out and says, "I want to play Champions League football, and I want to win trophies with this club." The same as Son, the same as quite a lot of the players. Well, now it's time to prove it. Now it's time. If you want to be, if Conte stays and you want to be part of the Conte revolution, you've got to step up or you step aside. It's as simple as that. Obviously, I love Kane and he scores loads of goals. Hasn't been his finest season, let's be honest. It's probably been a bit tough for him, but try and end it on a high. We need you to be on it tomorrow. We need everyone to be on it tomorrow. It's not just him. But when he ticks, the team ticks a lot better. So it kind of stems from him. If he's on a good game, then all the rest of the front two can play their natural game. The midfield can do their jobs. but the ball's got to be quick out from the back tomorrow, and the whole team's got to do their job. But yeah, he needs to turn up in more bigger games because he's got the talent, no doubt about it.
Absolutely, Matt. I mean, I don't get me wrong. Whoever's in the chat, whoever's looking in, whoever watches after we finish tonight, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I know Harry Kane is a very important player, and he has been over the last 5-6 seasons for us. I mean, he's been so important for us. But to me, it doesn't turn up in big enough in games like this. Enough, Matt. I can't remember when he hasn't consistently, turn up in these sort of games. When we need him, Matt, when we need him to drag us out of games, when we need him to get important points, Matt. Heung-min Son has done it more this season than Harry Kane. I know people's going to say, "Oh, what more can he do for the club and all that?" But big players find ways to win games for their teams. That's all I can say. They'll find ways to dig their team out and get 3 points, and that's why I always go back to the Cristiano Ronaldo's and look at the mess he's got at United.
I mean, I don't just think in big games. I mean, even games like we've had against Brentford and Brighton. You just need someone like him to step up and hit one in from 30 yards or something. He used to do it quite a lot, but it's like he doesn't shoot as much from outside the box anymore. Well, actually, our whole team doesn't. I think I read the other day that we're 15th in the league for goals outside the box.
Yeah,
that's not good enough.
Matt, we've got any comments. What are your comments about this question?
We've got. Did anyone see the atmosphere at Ibrox last night? Unbelievable. The music was fantastic. Edwardson says, Richard, I've already mentioned Rangers. I watched the whole match with my dad. Was a great game. Ashley Reed, he said, look what happened at the Etihad. The same is possible at Anfield. Keep the faith. Come on, you Spurs.
Absolutely, Ashley. Absolutely, pal. Thanks for coming in again, matey.
Like
absolutely. And as I said, it's true. Look what happened at the Etihad. No one gave us no chance. Oh, you're getting battered 3, 4, 5 nils. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying. And I hope Conte just gets that into the players for tomorrow. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Watson's, but he says, I don't think Harry Kane has ever turned up for a big game. I'm going to class the Man City game as a big game, to be honest.
Yeah, he did. I mean, got the win against City. He does turn up for the Arsenals, things like that. But it's not enough, though, Matt. And it's not consistent enough, Matt. This is what I'm trying to say. It's not consistent enough. You know what I mean? And I mean, don't get me wrong. Harry Kane got to expect big pressure from fans. You know what I mean? Because he's a big time Charlie at the club. You know what I mean? And he's got to take that pressure on his shoulders. I mean, and he's got to just do anything in his power to help Tottenham to get something tomorrow. He really has to.
He's also said Harry goes missing for Tottenham and England in semi-finals.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, Edwardson, I can probably agree with you there. It's a shame. It's a shame because we know what a great player Harry Kane is. It's just when we need him.
I think for England, he did pretty much step up. I suppose last in the Euros, didn't he? I mean, he scored the winner for the to take us through to the final. I know he didn't win it, but the big moments, a penalty like that, isn't it? Or even if he missed and then followed it up, it's still pressure. But yeah,
absolutely.
Richard, but if we win tomorrow, then imagine the atmosphere against Arsenal next Thursday.
Unbelievable. It'll be atmosphere anyway, Rich. That's gonna be insane. Whatever happens in this game, because we ain't gonna want to.
We need to win that game regardless.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Darcy's, but I think the answer to this question is an obvious yes. It's a crucial time of the season, and it's an opportunity to prove he's world class.
One game doesn't prove to me that he's world class, Das. I totally agree with what you're trying to say there, matey. You've got to do it consistently. I mean, and Matt said he hasn't really done it against the smaller teams either. Do you know what I mean? Just hasn't been his greatest of season, has he, Matt?
No. But it has been a bit stop-startish, and I don't know. Rich has put, I've been a fan for over 40 years, and Harry Kane is the best striker I've seen at Spurs. Also thought Klinsmann was world class too.
Yeah, I said I've been supporting for over 30 odd years, and Harry Kane, I would say, he's probably up there with the best I've seen.
I think it depends. Everyone's got their own opinion of what world class is, but for me, world class is that level where you're like Ronaldo or Messi, where you've dragged your team out of situations and you do a piece of magic, or you score a wonder goal, or you win a cup final. Do you know what I mean? That's world class to me.
Yeah. But then you'll come out at the end of the season. We didn't.
It'll be the first to know. It'll be like, I want
absolutely, and
Spurs have only got themselves to blame if we don't get it. It's in our hands if we want it.
Absolutely.
We'll find out tomorrow. Kelly JTV says Kulu will be key tomorrow.
On the break, he will. On the break, I said, Liverpool play hard. It's gonna go. It's gonna be another Man City that are playing in our hands. So we're not gonna have none of the ball.
No.
But we're gonna have moments in the game. That's the problem. We're gonna have moments in the game where we can get the ball. We got to thread the ball, get in Kane's feet, and let's hope he finds one of them great passes he does over the top to Son or Kulu. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
I don't think it'll be one player that's key tomorrow. I think the whole team needs to be 9 or even 10 out of 10 the whole game. I think defence is key. You need to move the ball quick out the back. You've got to get it forward. The midfield's key because they're going to have a tough time because Liverpool will probably pack the midfield with. They normally play with a 3, so that's already outnumbered us. Watson's put Harry Kane was virtually invisible in the 2015 League Cup final, 2021 final, and Champions League final, and does nothing in semis apart from v Denmark, and that almost went wrong too.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ed Watson. Yeah, you can go back to all these semi-finals and finals, and it's true. It's true. And if you go back to on like Messi's records and Ronaldo's records and these top strikers over the past, I mean,
they drag their team out,
these big games. You know what I mean? So that's of course they do.
Yeah, with a piece of magic, or just something. Yeah, it just maybe his time's coming, but I don't know. This is not isn't us hating on Kane. It's just factual. Like you have to accept it. He's a great player, but whether he's in that world class mold, for me, world class is Ronaldo. That's my world class.
Yeah, everyone's got different brackets, Matt. Isn't it? That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. That was the last comment, mate.
Right, that's the last comment. So we do talk about Harry Kane. You know what I mean, he's a fantastic player. I mean, he's gave us some good moments and over the years, and let's hope he brings it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Because we definitely need him to step up his game massively against Liverpool. Matt, the next one, Matt, is how important is it to get something from this game, Matt, and get top 4? What I mean by that, when I say get top 4, Matt, is for next season, Matt, for the players that Conte want. Okay, what we're hearing today, Matt, that Conte wants to be the Jurgen Klopp type manager at Tottenham. He wants to do it at Tottenham. I'm just a bit worried that, mate, if we don't qualify for Champions League, then would the board then turn around? You know what these board like, Matt? We know what his club's like, mate. We haven't got the Champions League money. We can't just you can't just have the players you really want. We've got to go by. I mean, would these players want to come to Tottenham as well? The ones he wants, if they're not in Champions League. This is what I'm trying to say. This is why I'm saying, Matt, it's so big just to try our all now for the next games we got to get this top 4. Because if I get top 4, mate, we are laughing. So I'm telling you now, we are laughing. I think that's when the players will come. I think, and then it will click into place for next season. I just think we should struggle a bit to attract, even if we got European football, Europa League, I think we still attract some of these players that he wants. I mean, and some of these players we've seen today, Matt, I mean, they're going to want Champions League football. Probably 1 or 2 or 3 of them, do you know what I mean? So is it important, Matt, tomorrow we get something, at least a point? If you say, like, Matt, we'll get a point tomorrow, you'll say, do you know what? Yeah, we'll take a point. We'll be more than happy to take a point tomorrow. But I think we've got to go in that game tomorrow, Matt, as players. You know what I mean? Because as fans, we're a bit cagey at the minute. Where is this going to go? But as players, they're the ones who's got to deliver for the fans and the club and everything else, deliver themselves. They've got to go out and believe that they can get something out of this game, Matt, or just win. That's what they've got to go out. They've got to have that mentality to win the game tomorrow. They can't say, do you know what, we're settled for the point. You know what I mean? So is it important, Matt, that at least we get something tomorrow?
I think it is important that we get a result, because obviously it'll be going into the derby. At least you get a bit of a positive result at Anfield, and you're 1 point better off than no points.
Yeah.
I still think there will be, even if we, let's say we did get 5th, I still think Conte wants to stay. I think I don't think this board's got on it. Has no option but to try and back this man now, because our club's in an absolute mess if he goes. Because I don't know where you turn from there. There's no point just keep hiring these world-class managers if you're not going to back him. He's on 15 million a year. There would have been no point in even hiring him if you're not going to, back him. We've been in the Champions League before, and we did fuck all with it. We bought crap players. I go back to last summer. We signed Romero, and we were 8th in the Europa Conference League. So sometimes I do think, top 4 is key, but I think you can sell players a project and players that, care. Chelsea have been out of the Champions League before and they can hire. Arsenal have done it and they've got players like Aubameyang. So it's not the be all and end all, and it would still be a better season than the last previous. We had no chance of getting top 4 a couple of months ago. So I think to us even be in this position is, good. We've got to push all the way to the end and we've got to try and get a result. But I still think this board's got no option but to back him. Otherwise, I do think if this guy leaves, I think there will be I do think the protest will come, and I think it will be untenable. I think it will get really, really bad, actually. So and we've got a lot of players. I think the key for me in the summer is to sell players, mate, because I do think, and maybe whether it's true or not, we're hearing the types that we're going to accept lower fees. I'll believe it when I see it. But if that's the case, then and they get shipped off quicker, then we can get players in. We didn't have Champions League football, and we got Kulusevski and Bentancur. There's free transfers out there this summer. There's options there. But yeah, we've got to go there and try and get a result. And I do think it would be a bit poetic to try and get some revenge on Liverpool after the Champions League final, and we haven't beaten them for a while, or even get a draw. We've done it against Man City. Why can't we do it against Liverpool? Yeah. They'll play a high line. They'll probably play a higher line than Man City. We should be fresher. We should be going into that game fully up for it. Well, like I say, we'll find out if these players want top 4. I suppose the next 4 games.
Yeah, absolutely, Matty. Matt, we've got any comments there, Matt? Before we get into the next question, matey.
Yeah, we've got a few. Edwardson says he agrees with me and you. He says, and Simon. Jake's in the building. He says 3 points for Liverpool. I'm sorry, Spurs. We have to win. We both kind of have to win, really. I still say the pressure is more on Liverpool. They should be beating us. We're the underdog, in my opinion. Compared to that, they're one of the best teams in Europe at the moment. They're in the final again. It's their 3rd Champions League final in 4 years. So for me, that's we're nowhere near that level at the moment. Glory to Kane. Spurs history forever. Edwardson said Jake. He said comments to Jake, and he said, and we don't.
Big up, Bjorn.
Captain Cockrell, facts and stats. He says, evening, Matt and Si. I hope you're both well. Going to be a massive game tomorrow, and I totally agree. I'd take a point right now. So would I.
Yeah, but more. I mean,
Das has also said, if Spurs beat Liverpool and help City win the league, I will be a fan for life.
Hey, big up, Das. Big up, Das. Good on, lad. And big
Bjorn,
up Jake in the building, the Liverpool fan as well. And
yeah,
Bjorn as
good
well.
old Jake.
Bjorn.
Is it Bjorn John Casperson? He says class players in Spurs today. Also had another comment from Das. Says, I'll sell my Vieira jersey and get a Son one. I think if we beat them, basically. What about if we get a draw? Would you still do it? Barton's put 5 wins at Anfield in 110 years. I think we're due another.
Absolutely.
For what it's worth. Jake's put, we've got all the Arsenal fans wanting us to win. I'm sorry, Arsenal, we don't want your support. Sorry.
Oh, that is a piss poor, that.
Bjorn's put class players playing today. Kane, Son, Kulusevski, Mora. I don't put Mora as class. Romero and Bentancur. I agree with probably.
Yeah, Mora's not in there.
5 of them. I'm not putting Mora in that category for me.
The rest.
Every now and again, the top of Matt's head lines up with Son's haircut, looking like mate is wearing a wig. I'll go there. Oh, there you go. Hang on.
Class. Absolute class. Yeah.
Jake, but big up Daniel Levy, by the way. Made us get Diaz because you got him and he is brilliant. Really impressed me.
Yeah, absolutely, Jake.
He's class. But
do you know what, right? Diaz.
Spurs couldn't do anything.
I'm happy with Cooley.
Yeah, I'm happy with Cooley, but Spurs couldn't get. We were close to getting Diaz, and then Liverpool came in. Sometimes, if a team comes in with Champions League, they're going to choose them, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you were Diaz, would you choose Liverpool or Spurs? You could be guaranteed, maybe a final in the Champions League, maybe an FA Cup at this moment in time.
People go for the trophies, Matt. Isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, mate. Paul's put, evening, guys, going for a 2-1 win. Oh, and Matt, if you lean forward a bit, the Son hairstyle suits you. Oh, thank you.
Hairstyle suits you. Oh, dear, quality.
Bjorn's got a bunch of Liverpool friends. Oh, unlucky, mate.
Yeah.
That's all of them, mate.
So we get into it, guys. It is important that we get something tomorrow. You know what I mean? At least a point. At least we've got to go out there and not roll over. We can't just roll over tomorrow and just give Liverpool a game. I want some fighting out there. I want some passion. I want from minute 1 to minute 90. I want us to give us all to leave everything on that pitch. You know what I mean, so that's how I want us to attack. Matt, let's go into the Liverpool side of it, Matt. And how do we stop the attack on Liverpool? Do you know what I mean? We're talking about how we're going to attack, how we're going to set up and things like that. Then we got to then keep an eye on this attack of Liverpool. We know how dangerous they are, mate. But Spurs or Conte, he'll have them, I think, well drilled. That's how Conte teams are. They are well drilled. Most of the time, they're hard. They are hard to break down because we don't concede too many goals, do we, Matt? I mean, we don't. Not one of these teams that we concede 3-4 a game. You know what I mean? But the defense, we've got to have some concentration levels to the highest tomorrow, mate. We've got to, and the levels got to be. They've got to raise their concentration levels tomorrow. From minute 1, from minute 90. I mean, just keep an eye on this the lethal 3 they got. You know what I mean? Who plays up top for them? You know what I mean? They've got some great attacking players. I mean, so how do we stop it, this Liverpool attack?
Well, I think you like you say, you got to defend really well. You can't make silly mistakes. I think when you're against Salah, don't let him in on his left foot. Try and get him down on his right. I still think the key will be to stop their fullbacks bombing forward. If they play Trent and Robertson, which I think they might play one rather than both, I think we've got to stop crosses coming into the box. Jota's good in the air. Mane's good in the air. Salah can get on the end of stuff. And they've got a lot of quality coming in from those sides. And you got to try and stop their midfield as well. I think the midfield's got a key battle tomorrow. I think Pierre really needs to, and Bentancur have to get stuck in and not be so fluent in attack. I think they need to break Liverpool up. They need to frustrate them. I think the longer it goes on, you just need to try and frustrate the crowd. I think if it's still 0-0 going into, I don't know, 60 minutes, tension. They're footballers. Doesn't matter if they've won Champions League and stuff. This is for a Premier League, title potentially. Anxiety can play a part. And they might get a bit more, might make more mistakes as the game goes on. The longer it stays like it, I think the key for me would be not to let them score an early goal, because I think the problem is if they get an early goal, it could be game over from there. Really, you've got to be on it from the start. The defence have got to have a good game, and just don't make stupid mistakes, mate. To be honest, don't give away free kicks just outside the box. Don't give away millions of corners if you don't have to, and just be smart. Be like a Jose or a Conte. You've got to use the dark arts sometimes against these sort of teams. Liverpool will do it against us. And if you can't win the game,
mate.
don't lose it. If you can't win the game, don't lose it, as Conte says.
Yeah, and that's what Conte says, Matt, isn't it? That's what Conte says. There you go, Matt's frozen again on screen there, guys. But as Matt said there, I mean, if we can't win it, don't lose it, and that's what Conte was trying to say the other day as well. You know what I mean? We've got to have that kind of frame going into. I think Matt's gone out the. He's going to try and come back in. So yeah, that's as Matt said. We've got to no silly mistakes. Yeah, no silly corners, no silly freaks outside the box. We've just got to tame. We've got to weather the storm. And let's bring Matt back in again. And that's how we've got to weather the storm. And what Matt was saying there. Matt, we've got any comments about this? How do we stop the attack of Liverpool?
Yeah, we've got a few comments, mate. Ashley Reed, he says, me and the missus are travelling from Belfast for the Burnley game next Sunday. Her first time in the new stadium. Can't wait for her reaction. Her name's June. Give her a mention, lads, and she might buy me a pint of neck oil at the goal line bar. Well, June, here's a shout out to you. And
sorry, guys, we're having massive network.
Have a great day out. Let's hope we get a good win and beat Burnley convincingly.
I know Matt trying to finish this
12 o'clock kickoff. But yeah, June, massive shout out to you. Enjoy the ground and just have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I echo what Matt said there. June, just literally go there, enjoy the occasion, enjoy the day, and literally and hoping that by then that Tottenham may be in very good stead of Champions League football, and you can sit there and enjoy it. It won't be tense. You know what I mean? We have to win it. You know what I mean? Let's hope by then that, do you know what? Even if we just get a point against Burnley at home, it's Champions League football. Do you know what I mean? But literally go there and enjoy it, really. And Ashley as well, brilliant. So absolutely.
And get there early.
A long way to come from Belfast.
Get there early so she can have a proper look around and enjoy some of the sights of the ground, because it is brilliant. Jake's put. He says, absolutely. Are you worried about playing us? How are you guys feeling about it? Is Anfield a harder place to go than the Etihad?
Do you know what? The only way I'll say it was the fans. That's all. I mean, the two teams. To be honest, Jake, I don't think there's much between the two teams, City and Liverpool. I really don't. I really, really don't. It's quality all over. I mean, but the only thing I'll say the harder is the fans, because there's a massive roar. They get behind the team there, and that's the hardest bit. But it's Spurs. It's that mentality in our heads, Jake, because we ain't won there. It's like the Chelsea. Because we haven't won at Chelsea for so long. Then eventually we got that. We got that win. We got that. I mean, got that over off our heads. This has got to be exactly the same thing. We've got to go to Anfield. We forget who it is. You know what I mean, we've got to go there and play our game. and turn up and just tell everyone. You know what I mean? Just show everyone what good players we have at this club, at this football club. You know what I mean? We just need our big players to turn up tomorrow and have a massive game. I mean, we need it to get anything out of this game. If not, it's game over. You know what I mean? So, I'm not worried. I'm never worried, Jake. I look forward to these sort of games. They're exciting games, always. It's very rare that it's always 0-0. These ones. These are very exciting games. I mean, and we should have beaten you last time at Anfield as well. I mean, when we was going for the league there. I mean, on the Jose. So, to me, it's just the fans. Me, I don't know what Matt feels like. I just think the fans are just so passionate, that loudness, and they get behind the team, and it must be a put off for the away team, whoever goes there. I mean, but they're professionals. They should be able to block that out and go out there and just play their game, and that's what they get paid big money for. I mean, so I'm just hoping they do that.
Yeah, I pretty much echo what Simon said. I mean, I think Anfield's like more of a better atmosphere, and but I'd say in terms of the teams are pretty even, but I'd still say Anfield's probably the tougher place to go just because of the crowd and the expectation. Whereas City, to be honest, I've been there during a Premier League game. The atmosphere is kind of non-existent. It's a bit of singing, bit of chanting, but it's not much. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, in terms of you know, City have still got obviously a scary team, as much as Liverpool have, but yeah. We've got Antonio Conte as our manager. I'm confident against most teams that we come against now, to be honest. But yeah, it will be a tough game. But yeah, we're probably a bit worried about your attack, and you defend well. But you're probably worried about our front three. So yeah, I think it'll be an interesting game tomorrow. And yeah, may the best team win, Jake. Or if it's a draw, it's a draw. Darcy, but I don't think you can stop Liverpool's attack. I think you just score more goals.
That's Matt gone there again.
Can you guys hear me? Are we all good? Bjorn's put in Sweden, we Spurs fans are few, but it just levels the love. Love it. Big up to Sweden. Paul's put 8 defenders and Kane in midfield to supply Son on the counter attack. Jesus Christ. Ed Watson's put we've won 5 times, 4 league and 1 cup at Anfield since 1912. I wouldn't say worried. We are most of us expecting to lose. Louis, he says, "Hey lads, how you doing? Well, Louis." He's also put, "I worry defensively for us guys. We are very clumsy against fast players. Hopefully, our counter is strong enough." Jake's put, "Spurs always seem to have a curse coming to Anfield. The Bobby header last year, you missed sitters that game. When you scored the own goal a few years back, you always seem to lose somehow." It's true. It's true. Bjorn, there is to do. Louis said, "We have an effective midfield and forward line, but they're dragged back too much." He's also put not Conte's mention. And then Louis just said agreed. If you can let me know in the comments, guys, if you can hear me, or is it my end or is it Simon's? Can you let me know? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Yeah. Ashley Reeves, but cheers, lads. Thanks for that. She was over the moon with what you guys said there. Roll on next Sunday. Brilliant, Ashley. Have a great time, mate. And June, yeah, have a brilliant time. Let's hope for a big win. And I hope it's all near enough tied up by then. But yeah, let's see. Jake's put, yeah, Simon's the one lagging. You're fine. All right, cheers, Jake. Yeah, sweet, mate. Thanks for letting me know. Darst, I have to go, but I have high hopes for tomorrow. Spurs 3, Liverpool 2. You're fine, Matt. It's Simon. Yeah, I think it's Simon's end. He's back. He's back in the building.
Yeah, sorry guys. This is my kids. This is literally. I'm gonna boot them off their computers in a minute. Doing me heading.
Get that Xbox off.
Where are we up to, Matt? Where are we up to?
I've got, yeah, he said, it's Paul. He just says, "You're fine, it's Simon, mate." That was the last comment, mate.
Right. Okay. We're coming to the last couple in a way because I'm getting stressed out of this one. So, yeah. So this one, Matt, if we win it, is the top four in our hands? Is this? We do eventually get this massive win tomorrow. I mean, is then going. Doesn't matter what happens against Leeds and Liverpool, Leeds and Arsenal. It'll be in our hands, would it? Because you're confident we can beat Arsenal and then go into the last two games.
Yeah, I mean, if we win it, we should take that. We should take all that momentum with us and go and win we should win the next three. But this is Spurs, and they can win a big game, and then you could go and get a draw against Burnley, and it's back open again, isn't it? Where you go and get a draw against Arsenal when you should be winning. Like I say, it's game at a time, and we'll see what happens. We lose tomorrow, but then we have to obviously go and win the derby, and then that can create pressure. That could turn. Arsenal still got to play Newcastle away. That's not an easy game, and we should be beating Burnley and Norwich. And I'm sorry, mate, if you can't beat Burnley and Norwich and Arsenal at home, then you don't deserve top four. And it's simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely, Matty. Absolutely. I echo what Matt said there as well. I mean, if we do get a sensational win against and it doesn't matter because if we win this, I think it'll be Arsenal will be a point clear of Arsenal, and if Arsenal obviously beat Leeds, they'll be back to 2 points.
Yeah.
And going into the next Thursday's London derby, and if we do get the win, we're 1 point again. And with that good game, got a goal difference we got, and going to Burnley, as Matt said, we can't get go over the line against Burnley or Norwich, and then that's it. We don't deserve it. You know what I mean? But Matt, it's been in our hands as well, Matt, when we played the Brightons and the Brentfords, and we couldn't go over there. You know what I mean? So, as you said, Matt, so we don't make it. It's only us that we got to blame. It's our own downfall.
Yeah, it's been in both teams' hands. Arsenal was 6 points clear at one stage, and we were miles behind. And then we went on that mad run and got 11 goals in front of them. So, we got the capability to do it, mate. As much as Arsenal got the capability to throw it away. Yeah, I'd still think there'll be twists and turns, like I say. I do think this does go down to the derby. I think whoever kind of can get a result there, or if we win there, I think it changes momentum.
I just think, Matt, if we don't get something tomorrow, mate, and they win, it's 5 points, Matt. It's 5 points clear going to that London derby. And even if we do beat them, mate, it's 2 points, mate. And then we got to rely on Newcastle and Everton.
But
we got to beat Burnley.
I will say, if they go 5 points clear and then we win the derby and it's 2 points, we play first. We play Burnley at 12 o'clock on the Sunday. You go and put a marker down and you go, really go Arsenal. Let's see how the pressure is. You're against Newcastle on Monday night. Let's see what you're made of. I don't care what anyone says. This Arsenal team is a young team who doesn't know how to win and hasn't been in the Champions League before. Our team has. So we've got experience on our side. I look at teams over the years, Real Madrid, teams like that. They've all got these experienced players who've been there and been in these big competitions. These Arsenal players haven't. Saka, Smith Rowe, Gabriel, they're all young players who are building the team. It reminds me very much of when we had Pochettino and he was building his young team. And we ended up having to having a lesson, didn't we? And we threw away the top four on the last day of the season and lost 5-1 to Newcastle. So we'll see. Whoever can be consistent gets it, mate, and they earn it. And it's as simple as that. And I'd still be confident that even if we came in the Europa League, I'd still take it as a good season, and then we'd have to properly go and rebuild. And I mean proper,
absolutely.
And keep Conte and get him happy, and then go again next season. Liverpool have done it. They finished 8th when Klopp was there as his first season, and they went and backed the man, and look at them now. Sometimes you just got to go for a gamble, and it's about time Spurs gambled as a club and take a risk, because there's no excuses now. COVID's over, and the money's coming in again. A lot of money as well. The NFL's just been announced again to come to our stadium. So there's all these concerts. No excuse for me, mate. And you still get money from the Europa League, even if you get in it.
Yeah.
And the Europa League's been quite a big competition this year. I think as
Yeah,
Spurs
but
fans, we need to. I think we need to accept sometimes these competitions are quite big because when you get to the final stages, they're a big competition. I watched Jose Mourinho
it is
last
a
night
big
cry.
competition.
I watched Jose cry last night. And he's won everything. And that's how much because
Yeah,
Roma haven't won much in, well, I don't know how long, but quite a lot of years. But yeah, obviously it's important. But what will be will be. It's kind of in our hands. It's kind of in Arsenal's hands. Whoever has that sort of that determination and has got the steel to hold on and the bottle will get forth, mate.
yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
But you just,
Let's
you
get
just
into the
never know.
last one then, mate. Let's get into the last one. So, Matt, let's get into the last one, Matt.
Yeah,
Who's
no
getting the
problem,
golden
mate.
boot out of these two? And Son absolutely deserves all the praise he gets. I mean, because always Harry Kane. But Son doesn't really get enough credit for what he does for his team, for his club. You know what I mean? And the passion he shows as well, Matt, for the club as well. He wants to win in it. He hates losing. He hates not being in the top competitions. He knows what it feels like to fail, Matt. I mean, I don't think he wants us to fail, does he? He wants to put a smile back on his fans' faces and just give them all, back in the season. And he's 3 goals behind Salah. And you never know, Matt, if he has a good game tomorrow, may get 1 or 2. And Salah has a real bad game, then it's back in, mate. It's really on for the next 3 games because he loves a goal against Arsenal, Heung-min Son, and against Burnley as well. So, yeah, I can see it going right down to the wildest golden boot. So, who do you reckon is going to get it, Matt, with the games left in hand?
It's such a tough one. Obviously, both are unbelievable players. Obviously, Salah does like a goal against us, which is a bit annoying. And I don't want to say he's been off form, but he hasn't. I'm not going to say that because it might come back to bite me. But no, they're both unbelievable players. I just think Salah might edge it because he is on penalties as well, and I know for a fact Liverpool will get a penalty at least with a couple of games left in the season. I think it'll be close, but I think Son. I think he's just got to score the goals, not worry about the golden boot, and get us to where we want to be. And because that's the overall objective, and he even said it. It's about the team, not about the individual awards.
Yeah, absolutely, matey. Absolutely. Matt, we got any comments in there, matey?
Oh yes. Ellie's in the building. She says, Højbjerg match-winning goal. You heard it here first.
She loves her. She loves her.
Honestly, if that happens,
Pierre. You never know.
You never know.
We've seen Wanyama.
Wanyama, if he hits one like that, mate, Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jake, he says, do you think Liverpool can win the quadruple? What do you think we can win?
Jake, quickly, I don't think you'll win the quadruple. Sorry. I really do think Real Madrid hit you for this final. The way that Real Madrid have come through games, mate, beating City, beating Chelsea. Did they beat Juve? Something like that, Matt. Along the way, they've really come through some real tough games, and the way they just dug in against Man City and never give up. I mean, they got that first goal, and they went straight back to the other end and got the second. Took it to extra time, and Benzema called a cool penalty just to finish off the game. I just think they just got it. They just got it to win this, mate. I just think it's. I think Liverpool are great and on one-off games, Matt, in finals. Liverpool are good at that. I've got a feeling about Real Madrid, mate, the way they're just playing in this Champions League at the minute. So, yeah, I just think they'll pip you. The league, I think Man City will win the league. I really do. I fancy them still, but I think you'll win the FA Cup. I think it'll be the League Cup and the FA Cup that you'll achieve this season. But the Champions League final, Jake, will be an absolute sensational final, mate, and you'll do very well to beat a very good Real Madrid side at the minute. Which, Matt, it's not the greatest Real Madrid side. It's not the. I mean, I wouldn't say it's unbelievable Real Madrid side, Matt. It's got the players, Matt, in it.
They've got players who've been there and done it and won it a lot of times. Benzema's won it 4 times, or 3 or 4 times. He steps up, but they got a good sort of mix of youth and experience. I look at Modric. He's what, 30, 36, 37? But the way he just glides across the pitch still and can control the game. But then they have players like Camavinga, who I think is going to be a hell of a player. He's only 19, 20, but he made a hell of a difference coming on against City the other night. He ran through that midfield against Rodri. They got a very young team with a good mix of experience, and they've got that dark arts. Like I say, they'll go down. They'll waste time if they need to. They've done it against Liverpool before. They know they can beat them. I think, in my opinion, I'll say you won't win the quadruple. I think City have only got the league to focus on now. I think they'll be annoyed, and I think they need to win that. Otherwise, I think Guardiola could be under pressure, in my personal opinion, because I know City fans aren't happy with him after the not being in the final anyway. I think Liverpool win the FA Cup. And I think they might win the Champions League as well. I think they've just about got enough. So I think they'll win the treble, not the quadruple.
That's Matt gone there as well. Is that it, Matt?
Yeah, so I think they'll win the treble, which still isn't bad.
It's still not bad.
We wouldn't mind one, would we? Bjorn said,
exactly.
He says, we can end top 4 and lose.
Right, okay.
He says, agree. Ellie's put, we have to win the derby and pray that Leeds beat the scum. And even if we lose versus Liverpool, we'll be ahead by 1 point.
That's what I'm saying. If that happens, I mean,
I just
can't see Leeds beating Arsenal.
They are poor.
Nah, they're poor, terrible at the minute. Arsenal at home. If it was at Leeds, I said, you know what? Yeah, I'll say that we've got a good chance here. But nah, I can't see it, Ellie. I hope you're right. I really do hope you're right.
Even if they got a draw, I'd be pretty happy. Do you know what I mean? A draw. If Leeds got a result, I think that would be,
Yeah.
Top 943 says, all right, boys.
Yes, top 943.
Twists and turns makes it nerve-wracking.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with that one.
Top 943 says, I don't see us getting the top 4. He's also put, don't forget, we never turned up against Brighton or Brentford.
Yeah, we've already gone through that top 943. It's our own downfall if we don't get this. It's simple as that.
Ellie, if Arsenal beat us to top 4, they'll flop anyway, so it's not all doom and gloom, but I still want us to make it 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bobby K said, big up, lads. Come on, you Spurs.
Bobby K. Yes, Bobby.
Ellie's put, if you win the Europa League, you get a Champions League place as well.
Yeah, I don't want to go down that route, though. We're so close now to get this Champions League. I mean, I don't want to settle for the Europa League at the minute. If at the end of the season it's Europa League, I'll say, right, yeah, cool. But we're in there. You know what I mean? I want to get this Champions League spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what we've got to be talking about.
Until it's over, at the minute. You know what I mean? You're still going to pray that we get in there, but you never know. Bjorn says, daddy to 7 kids, and they are all Spurs addicted.
Yes, Bjorn. Brilliant. Yes, pal.
So Bjorn's from Sweden, Simon. He's from Sweden. So
yeah. He's from Facebook, and I follow Yids from Sweden on Facebook, a group, and I always share this out to the guys on Facebook. This is probably why it's lagging, Matt. I think maybe because I'm live on Facebook, I'm live on Twitter as well. So I think this is probably the
Maybe.
interference between the three. I may have to pop out on Twitter and keep it on Facebook.
You're
We do
okay
get
now,
more
to be fair. You're
from
not too
Facebook
bad.
than
You're
Twitter.
not
So
lagging. Jake's put, I'm more happy City got knocked out, as losing to City in the final would be 100 times worse. What happened the other night was incredible. It got me out of my seat seeing the Real Madrid late goals. Yeah, it did me too. I was sort of shouting, I've got to be honest.
Yeah,
Only because it was just shocking, wasn't it? You know, I mean,
absolutely.
yeah, unbelievable. They
Absolutely,
don't know
mate.
when they're beat, Real Madrid.
No, and that's what I'm trying to say. I really do believe they're going to pip Liverpool. Liverpool, do you know what, Jake? You in the first half against Villarreal was shocking. You were shocking, mate. Seriously, Villarreal, I think they played some good stuff. And you, mate, you must have been nervous. You must think, do you know what, we're going out here. You know what I mean, there's another year that we messed it up. And okay, you did come out in the second half. You didn't bring on Luis Diaz, but Villarreal was shocking in the second half. They laid it on the plate for you. They just laid back and let you just
That's two
go
goalkeeper
through
mistakes,
them.
wasn't it, as well? I mean, what was the keeper doing?
Absolute. I mean, Matt, and that's what I'm trying to say, Jake. It wasn't like you actually cruised past Villarreal. In the end, you did, but you got to admit, Real Madrid won't be that bad again, like against you, like what Villarreal was. I mean, in that second half, I mean, they should have come out in that second half, and at least if they had played football like they did in the first half or the first 20 minutes in that second half, I don't think you would have won it. I really do. I think Villarreal would have just seen that over the line personally. Yeah.
Watson said, I wanted Man City to win and win the final too. I was gutted. Let's hope they win the league.
I'm not really bothered, Edwards, who wins the league. I'm not really,
Yeah.
it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't really bother me who wins Champions League either. I mean, I just think that Real Madrid, it's not bitter taste over Liverpool. It's not. It's nothing to a bit. I mean, I don't mind Liverpool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to support the English team. I always do. You know what I mean? But just Real Madrid, Matt, in a minute. Just they've got that thing in them,
Great
Matt,
team
and
to
it
watch,
just
aren't they? You do kind
yeah.
of fall in love with them. Yeah.
Oh, that
And they play in white.
Benzema.
And they play in white.
Yeah,
Can't really complain, can you?
yeah. I mean, Benzema is a great. He did have a great game against, but
He got that pen
that's what
though.
I'm
He
trying to
put it
say.
away, mate.
It's that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's that big time Charlie player. You know what I mean? So,
I like that Vinicius Junior. I think he's going to be some player.
yeah, absolutely, Matt.
Top 943. Sorry, lads. I only just came on your show. Missed most of what was spoken about. Mate,
Not a
it's not
problem.
a
Top
problem. You can always
943.
go back and watch it. It'll be on YouTube. So, yeah. But yeah, it's good to have you in the building, mate. Jake has responded. He says, come on, Simon, support the English team in the final. You seem to be a Real Madrid fan.
No, seriously, Jake. As I said there, mate, because I knew you'll come back with something. I knew you're still in that building, mate. I knew you're still in here somewhere.
He loves it.
Listen, I do like to support the English team, and I'll be happy with Liverpool if they win it. You know what I mean? But it's not like I want Real Madrid to win, and it's not like I'm a Real Madrid supporter. I do like watching Real Madrid, but at the end of the day, Jake, it's just something about Real Madrid, the way they and come behind and they beat they saw off Chelsea in the end. They saw off Manchester City. They saw, I think, Juventus. I think they had Juventus along the run. I think as well, Matt. And they've had some real good. They've had some top teams along the way. I just think this has got it. And Ancelotti as well. Just got that know-how in it. He's won so many Champions Leagues as well.
13 times,
and
mate.
so many
13.
trophies as well. I mean, so it's going to be a
13
real.
13 times they've won the Champions League.
Yeah.
You can't really say they're not going to be it must be near enough, or it's close. But all I'm hoping for is a decent final, because I actually think last year's final was a bit boring, wasn't it? Chelsea City, it was a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this one will be a bit spicy, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Matt. I really do.
Watson says, I do like Real Madrid too, though.
Yeah,
These are the
I
winds
like
up tonight.
Oh dear.
Top943 has said, good to see you're both well. Oh, thank you, mate.
Yes, like that for free. Brilliant. Thanks for the support, pal.
Watson said, Real Madrid resilience is incredible, though. The Chelsea and Man City ties were almost identical in how they panned out.
Yeah,
It's true.
absolutely. Yeah, as we said, Edwards, it's that resilient. It's not to lose. They never thought they were going to lose. They didn't give up, did they? And just went and they tirelessly try and chase the game down. And when City went 1-0 up, I thought that's it, game over, gone. But they just dug in and and that's what.
It just shows you how much a crowd can play a part, can't it? Like I thought the
Yeah,
Bernabeu was rocking. They tried their best, and that's for me next Thursday, we've got to get our team over the line if they're not pulling it out because
yeah.
Rangers done it last
This is
night.
what I'm trying to say, Matt.
You know,
We've talked about this before, where
we
the
as
fans,
fans have
the
got to
fans
do
are
more.
playing.
If you're going next Thursday, bring the noise, make it horrible because we've got to make it uncomfortable so
Even if
they
you're
don't
going
like it.
tomorrow,
And tomorrow, more if
Matt.
you can, yeah. Liverpool will do it.
Seriously,
No doubt
we
about it.
travel well. We travel well. And I always say we've probably got one of the best away support in the league. Them guys are proper fans, mate. They're going week in, week out away, mate. And they are so noisy. They are really, I think, one of the noisiest away. They sing from minute 1 to minute 90, mate. And they do us proud, mate. And just do it tomorrow, mate. Bring it tomorrow. You know what I mean? Whoever's going tomorrow. I mean, but let's go back to Real Madrid quickly. It's turned to thing, but yeah, it's just it's just that's what big teams do. They find a way to win the games, and that's what big teams do. And that's what I want Tottenham to do tomorrow. I'm not saying we are a massive team at the minute and all that, but they have big time Charlie players. They have big players who win big games. I mean, and we've got to learn something of Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Because in the past, Matt, Spurs teams have never thought of losing games. I mean, never say die attitude. I think that's gone out of the team a bit, Matt, isn't it? We need to ingrain that again into this team.
And we've seen it this season. We thought we were out against Man City, and then it was 2-2. Then we went on again. We done it at Leicester.
Yeah.
We scored 2 in 3 minutes or whatever it was. We can do it. We've got to have the mentality to do it.
Absolutely.
We've got to be strong character tomorrow because it's going to be a tough game, and it'll be up and down for sure.
Absolutely, I totally agree there, matey. Totally agree.
Jake's put, Simon, just admit it. You want Liverpool to lose as you're still bitter from the final a few years ago.
Nah, seriously, Jake. I'll never say I want someone to lose. Seriously, but I'm not bitter about 2 years ago, matey. I mean, from a dodgy penalty. It really was a dodgy penalty. I mean, that just changed the game completely.
Yeah, I think that's what we're a bit bitter about, that the final was just spoiled with that. That it was just a shock, wasn't it? 2 minutes in, a penalty,
I mean, and the way it was given as well. I mean, and to me, I don't think it's still handball, but it's gone now. I forgot it. I mean, so, but I don't want. I mean, I never want an English team to lose. I just me personally, as an opinion, I just think Real Madrid has just got it in them. It's got something about them that I just think they'll just beat you. I don't think it'll be a smashing. I think it'll be a real tight game. 2 good teams going at each other. But yeah, I just don't know. I just something about them I fancy.
Top943 says 100% agree with you, Matt. We need to make our stadium intimidating. We go too quiet at times when things ain't going well.
Absolutely. Top943. We built this massive stadium, that massive wall, that white wall, where you want to call it, 17,500 people.
Don't use it.
And we don't use it. We're quiet as a mouse in that stand. Sometimes, even when I watch games, it just doesn't seem like at other football stadiums. Frankfurt last night. Look how them stadium rocking. That stadium was rocking last night. They were rocking. You go to the Real Madrid stadium. You go to anywhere in Germany at the Dortmund. Look at the Dortmund, the yellow wall. That and grounds are rocking, and that stand should be rocking game in, game out. There should be the ultras in that stand, in that south stand. Should be the ultras. I think Tottenham need to sort this out for next season. I really do. I think they need to shuffle the ultras, the proper fans, the proper singing fans.
Should be able to bring in, like what we did when we played Ajax in the semi-final at home, and it said "To dare is to do." You have that on bloody Derby Day, please. I want something like that. And, I want the players to come out and go, "Fucking hell, look at this!" It's rocking.
Matt, do you know when the players come out of these stadiums, like, do you know what I mean, like abroad, Matt, and the stadium and
they've got the flags, they've got the
flares going, they got it's an intimidation. It's the atmosphere, it's intimidation. The away players must think, fuck me. They look around and go, wow, this is a cauldron here. This is gonna be hard. I mean, even from the word go. And we've got to make that game out, mate. And that's why we've built the wall. It's not worth building a wall like that if you're not going to use it. You know what I mean? So we need to build up. We need to, as you said there, mate, we need to start using it. I mean, put the ultras in there. Put the proper singing fan, the proper fans in there. I mean, get the drums out. Make it noisy. Flares, flags. I mean, just make it rocking in that stand. I mean, so who else, Matt, we've got in here?
I've got two more. We've got Mr. Daigle. He says, "Good evening,
Mr.
everyone."
Daigle.
Hello, Brian. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Yes, Mr. Daigle. Thanks for coming in, pal. Most appreciated, mate.
And then Jake's asked, "Are we doing a post-match reaction tomorrow?"
Whoa. It's a late one, isn't it? It's a 7? What time's the kickoff? 7:45.
So it'll probably it'd be like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
9:30 finish. Be about 9:30 finish. Would it? Yeah, it's an 9:30 finish.
Well, it'll be about 10, won't it?
Probably.
About 9:30. Yeah.
It's an 9:30 finish.
Well, we could do. I mean, yeah.
I'm at work. I will work Sunday. I don't really mind if Matt wants to do one quickly and see the reactions. But if we lose heavy, Matt, we'll probably we'll text each other and say, "Well, we'll duck out of this one."
I'll be offline.
Yeah.
You can still text me though, Jake. You can still text me.
Yeah. Well, if Jake wants to, if Jake is up to Matt, if Matt's available and Matt's up for it,
I don't see why not. Look, I'm not used to winning at Anfield, and I'm so we're not expected to win this game, are we? So it's kind of like
absolutely.
I can't be too pissed off. I'm not going to be like when we played Brighton or Brentford. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
anyone else, Matt?
Yeah, we just got people saying evening to Brian. That's it.
But yeah, as I said, Matt. But overall, Matt, obviously, we'll go into where is it? The prediction, mate. The predictions. Yeah. I'm confident. I'm confident. I'm always confident. I always go into games. Always confident, and I was confident against Brighton, but I was wrong. Confident against Brentford, I was wrong. But then I was dead confident against Leicester. I did say to you last week, Matt. I know we ain't been playing great the last couple of games, but I was dead confident we'll get over the line against Leicester,
and we did, wasn't it? They were in that semi-final. They were always going to change their team, and they played to our strengths.
Yeah. But the thing is, Matt, as well, Liverpool have played during the week away in Villarreal. So they're going to be tired. They're going to be tired. So to me, we're fresh, and that should give us a tiny bit of advantage, Matt. Tiny bit of advantage. If Liverpool went out against Villarreal, do you know what I would have said? "Oh, fucking hell! I don't want to play this Liverpool team. They're going to be hurting." But I think, Matt, because they won, Matt, they know they're in the final, and I know they're chasing City down. But I think I'd rather them gone through than gone out, Matt. I mean, if that sounds
100%.
a bit,
I told
I
you
don't
that in
even
the
know what
week.
I'm coming from.
I said I'd rather have them
So
winning.
yeah, yeah. So I can see us getting something, Matt. I really can. Do you know what? I'm going to go out there and I think Tottenham's going to do this 3-2. I really do. I think it's going to be another Man City all
Oh
over again.
God, I don't think I can
All
take
over
it.
again.
Oh
Where,
God.
where it's 2-2. And do you know what?
Oh.
Do you know what I fancy? I fancy it's someone like Kulu get like a late winner or something. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Harry Kane. You know what I mean? Because he does owe us, mate. He does owe us to drag us out of these games. You know what I mean? To turn up and say, listen, I'm a fucking big boy in this league. You know what I mean, and we know what a great striker is. You know what I mean, so either Kulu and stop Kane's getting the winner here. I can see a 3-2 Tottenham. I really do. I think I'm going for it. I'm confident. People may think I'm mad, but hey, no one gave us a chance against City. We was apparently losing this 4-5 nils. You know what I mean? So no one gave us a chance. So you know what? I fancy us, Matt.
So you're going
And
for
do you
a
know what,
win.
Matt? Yeah, do you know what, Matt? I think City's got. I think it sounds a bit crazy. I think they got going forward. I think they got. I think theirs is a bit better than Liverpool. The front three, it's the front three of Liverpool, isn't it? Really, if you think about it, Matt. Because
Yeah,
their
although
midfield's not. It's
so
not typically like
Fabinho,
creative.
Fabinho for him, he's chipped in with some big goals this year. Like he's actually
Yeah,
scored. I think. Well, he scored more than our midfield for a start. Um,
yeah.
you know, I don't know, mate. I mean, yeah, they're both really good teams. It's very even, like we've said in terms of how good the quality is. I'd probably say Liverpool have a better front three than City do, in my personal opinion. I think Salah, Mane. I like Jota. I'm. I wouldn't say I'm as confident as you, but I think we can get a result. But I could just see us maybe potentially being in it. Maybe we're winning 2-1 or something, and then a typical sort of Spurs thing, like it bounces off one of our defenders and then bounces to they'll get lucky because they have recently against us all the time. I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw, and I'd take a point right now, mate. Honestly. So I'm not predicting us to lose, but I think we can get a draw, and I think it'll be 2-2. I think there'll be goals, and I think it will be nail
Like
biting, mate.
what it was at the lane to all it.
Yeah. I think it'll be a similar game. We might get more chances than we did at home, but I'm not sure about those gilt-edged chances that we got at home. We should have buried them, but mate, you get chances against Liverpool. Everton done it, and they didn't take their chances. We
And
have
that's
to.
and that's the thing, Matt. And that's the thing. Trent literally got freaking. He was worried against Gordon. Gordon went at him. I mean, and
Yeah,
he had,
and I think Son
and
can do that.
at times he had Trent on toast, in it. He really did.
Yeah, good player, Gordon. I like him.
But, yeah,
Yeah, no, I think Son can get it in definitely, and and it depends who they play. I suppose in the back. I mean, I'm hearing maybe Matip will come in rather than Canate because Canate played against Villarreal. I think it will be Van Dijk and Matip, and I think Matip you can get at, and I think at Van Dijk you can get it in with pace.
yeah. Van Dijk get at as well, mate. Seriously,
Yeah,
do you know what everyone's saying? He's a Rolls Royce player. He's the best defender in the league and things like that. He is a good defender, but you can get at him. You can get at him. I'm telling you now. I mean, that's the one we got to go at him, Matt, with confidence, with free flowing football. I mean, and thinking we're going to win the game here. You know what I
I'd
mean?
say free flowing football,
So
but smart. Like
yeah.
don't
So
just
we got to
bloody
be
go
confident.
for it and then just get hammered. Do you know what I mean?
I'd rather, Matt, us go for it and just literally sit back and let Liverpool play. I can't watch that, Matt. I can't sit here and just watch us
To be
sit
honest, mate,
back and
I
sit
don't
back.
know if you're really gonna have much
Let them
of a
have the
choice
ball.
because
Let them have.
they're going to have an extra man in midfield, so they'll probably dominate the midfield. I think for me, if Thiago plays, you've got to shut him down. You can't give him space to play part. He's been phenomenal this season. The way he's come into that Liverpool midfield, because
Yeah.
I remember when they signed him, and after a year or two, Liverpool fans were like, I'm not sure really what he does, but this season his range of passing is something our midfield doesn't really have. He could dictate the game a lot, and Thiago's done it before against us when we played Bayern Munich and we got absolutely spanked. He dictated the whole game. So yeah,
Mm.
everyone's got to be on it, and yeah, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
predict
we
a
will
draw.
see.
I think we'll get something. I think we've got to.
There you go. Matt predicting a draw, and I'm predicting a 3-2 win. I'm predicting something like mayhem. What happened at City? And what I'm saying, Matt, what I'll say, I'll leave it as this. You see, and if we do win, I don't care what happens. Arsenal against Leeds, because I know we will flipping wallop Arsenal. I am so confident we're going to give them a walloping. I really am. Seriously, it's at home. Then it's going to be the atmosphere is going to be so noisy. It's
To be honest,
unbelievable.
the Conte's team talk should be done. They didn't want to play us a few months ago. They had
Yeah,
one COVID
yeah,
case. Go and put that in the
yeah,
players' in and go fucking go and spank these bastards because
yeah,
they
yeah.
tried to cheat you basically. Go and
I just
show
don't,
them.
Matt. I just don't think they can handle us. Seriously, I don't think. I don't think they can handle us. I really, really don't. Arsenal. Um, with the fans, the stadiums will be pumping, they'll be bouncing, mate. Seriously, and they got, as you said, they got a young squad, Matt. And when you got, and if we're coming off a great result against Liverpool, I feel so sorry for Arsenal. I'm telling you now, because they're gonna get pumped. I'm telling you now, when coming against the likes of Son, Kane, Kulu,
And
and
honest, yeah.
Bentancur in there,
And you look at
Romero as well.
yeah. You look at Conte against like Leicester. Could you imagine his like actual like the way he's going to
Yeah,
be pumped up for that
yeah.
game? Because you already
Oh
called
mate,
him out, didn't he? When
yeah,
he said, "I can't wait to play them," you know, and give them a. Well, he wasn't happy, was he? Because obviously the game got called off.
yeah,
Team talk's
absolutely.
done for
I
that
mean,
game, mate. You go and finish them off.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, and as you said, Matt, they've got such a young team, Arsenal. That's the problem, isn't it? I mean, I think we've got, and Romero. I want a big game from Romero again tomorrow, mate. The way he played against Leicester was immense. I mean, and I think he needs to. Do you know what? He needs to keep his cool. Not too many of them rash challenges. I don't mind a one or two every now and then, but he does have so many of them, Matt, and it's got
Yeah,
rash challenges. But I want him to play as he did against Leicester. I
yeah.
mean,
I,
really,
I, I
and
think
I want him to say, do you know what? You say Van Dijk's a top defender in the league. Look,
let's have
I'm
it.
here. I'm up there with
Yeah.
it. I'm up there with him.
Yeah, and I think the wing backs need to have a big game as well. They need to have
Yeah,
one of the biggest games they've ever played. They've got to step up
yeah.
now. For me, especially Sessegnon, I think he could do something. You know, when we played them at home, he kept Salah pretty quiet. I seem to remember.
Matt, I'm telling you now, I think he should look at just changing it a bit and keep Emerson out of the team for this game tomorrow. At least bring someone else in, mate. Play like a Bergwijn there, saying. I mean, it can't be no worse than flipping Emerson. He really can't, mate, can he? He
No,
can't. I really do.
me
I'll just gamble it and play like someone like even a Mora there or something, mate. He can't. What
I
else can
trust.
lose?
Yeah, but I don't like what Bergwijn's done after the game the other night, where he's pretty much, you know, gone on to say, you know, I probably won't be. It's not something you say when the season's still going, mate. For me,
Yeah,
um,
but you get into his head. Let's listen. Whatever it'll be, what it'll be at the end of the season, right? But you're still playing for Tottenham Hotspur
I
Club.
don't
We
think
want a big game from you. You
I
get out
don't
there
think
and
it's
you show them.
I
You know
don't
what I
think
mean?
it's Bergwijn's
So
ability. I actually think it's his attitude. I mean, I watched us that last goal against Leicester. Winks and Bergwijn didn't track back. They didn't close down the man. They were lazy. Now, if they do that in training, is Conte thinking, "Well, I'm not. You're not fucking going in. I don't care if
yeah,
if you're not putting the effort in and not doing the work." You know,
yeah,
Doherty had to work his arse off to get in that team because Conte said he worked absolutely brilliantly in training. There's something in training that a few of those players don't obviously do enough. For me, anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what, but that's how we need. I just think it just needs to think about something. Try something that's different, mate. To not play Emerson, because Emerson, mate, is
maybe a 3-5-2 tomorrow. Maybe a change of formation. Try and surprise them. I don't know. We played it against them at home, didn't we?
Yeah.
We will see, mate. We will see.
Let's try it. Yeah. So, Matt, we've got any more comments before we get out, mate?
Top 9-4-3. A lot depends on the ref. Usually a homer when we play there. Jake saying 2-1 Liverpool last minute winner. Honestly, if it was 1-1 and they score in the last minute, that would be heartbreak. I think that would kill the team, to be honest.
Yeah.
Simon, confident, yeah, love it.
Yeah, I'm confident, and you have to be. You know what I mean? It's not worth supporting a team where you're going to say, "Oh, we're going to lose again."
You can't back against your team. Do you know what I mean? But yeah,
I just feel something there tomorrow. I really do. We're a bit of a fresher team. Okay, that sometimes that doesn't mean nothing at the end of the day. But you're travelling back from Villarreal, and you got it over the line there. But I see weaknesses in that first half, though, Jake. That I'm confident that we are a better team than Villarreal, and we are going forward better team attacking wise. And I think we have got it to hurt you. I mean, if you give us them chances, I mean. So yeah, I am confident that we can get at you and we can do something against you. I mean, so yeah. I said, guys, that's it. Me and Matt said our piece. We'll leave it as that. Let's hope we win. Let's hope. All I want is them to go out there and leave everything on the pitch from minute 1 to minute 90. I mean, just give it your all. Just give it your all. The fans, if you're going tomorrow, just literally sing your hearts out. I mean, as you do, because you're still one of the best. I still think you're one of the best away fans in the league. One of the best. You know what I mean? So get out there, guys, and just pump this team up. You know what I mean? And just hope the our top players, Matt, just turn up and want it.
And just hope we get a bit of luck. Because you need it.
Yeah,
you need it at these big grounds. You look at Arsenal with the way they got the luck against Chelsea and, United when they hit the post from a penalty. Do you know what I mean? You need those little twists and turns.
Miss penalty and
You need those twists and turns, mate. You need something to go your way.
Maybe that could be our little luck tomorrow. Maybe an early sending off or something for Liverpool
against Liverpool, aren't we?
You know what I mean? So
surely we do some luck.
Yeah, it's got to be. Something's got to change.
Especially against Liverpool. I mean, how many times have we been, lost for an own goal or, a piece of brilliance or a lucky bounce or
I mean, I'm just a bit iffy about our back three if they really are on Liverpool. I mean, because they are definitely frightening. I mean, that front three.
That's what I'm saying. Session's got to have a big game because he's going to have to help out Davies tomorrow, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. And he could be clumsy at times, Matt. You know what I mean? He's calamity kid. You know what I mean? Really. But let's hope, Matt. Let's hope everyone in the chat as well. Thanks for everyone who's tuned in tonight. Sorry about the lagging on my side of the internet. It's got better now.
It's really good now.
Yeah. So it's I don't know if it's, but I do say, guys, it could be because I am running on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube all at the same time. It could be one of them streams not running properly, and it does affect the stream. I mean, so maybe next time I may miss Twitter out and just use Facebook because we do get a lot of Facebook on it, people watching in. So I may miss Twitter out, and let's see if it does make a bit of a difference. So thanks for everyone's patience there, guys, tonight. Thanks for everyone who's come in and commented and had their say. I wouldn't say good luck to Liverpool tomorrow. But
No.
let the best team win. That's what I say. Let the best team win. And I hope Spurs just turn up tomorrow. That's what I want. Don't want us to hype this up, then we don't turn up, and it turns out to be a right drowsy game. You know what I mean? On the Spurs side of this, I mean, so let's hope they do us proud, Matt. Innit? Let's hope they go out there just a point will be great. 3 points would be just amazing. And I wouldn't care what Arsenal do. They can go and win if they, because I know I am so confident we'll beat Arsenal. So that's why I want to win, Matt. That's really why, because a draw, okay, we'll put it back down to 1 point. But if they beat Leeds, it'll 4 points in it, Matt. Okay, if we beat them, it'll only be 1 point. I still can't see Arsenal losing to Newcastle or Everton, mate. I really can't.
I can.
So, Ed, Matt, he's confident he can. But that's why I'm gunning for that win. If we win it tomorrow, Matt, that's it. Top four's ours. Barring what, it doesn't matter what Arsenal against Leeds. Just see, top four will be ours, mate. Just see. Let's see. That's why it's a massive game tomorrow, Matt. I really do. That's why it's so dependent on what we do here, mate. So guys, Matt's got anything to say? Matt, you got anything to say to everyone?
Thanks everyone for joining tonight. Thanks everyone, coming in. Pray tonight, guys. Have your fingers crossed for tomorrow's game, and let's hope we just get out with something, or even better, a win. But may the best team win. Yeah, and then we move on, and hopefully maybe we get lucky. Maybe Arsenal lose, or maybe they get a draw. I don't know, but you just never know. It's the Premier League. Anything can happen.
Absolutely, Matt. We got any more comments before we get out, Matt?
Kevin Gonzalez just says Tottenham to get an early goal.
Oh, Kevin Gonzalez, thanks for tuning in, pal. Thanks for tuning in. And
then Carl says Spurs are snatching it 2-1.
Oh, we've got another one. Who's this?
This is Carl.
Oh,
Carl,
you're a legend, pal. Thank you very much. Yeah. Cole's a legend. Thanks for saying Spurs are going to snatch it 2-1. That's it, Cole. That's it. Some positivity. Thanks to Kevin Gonzalez for his comment. Thanks. I haven't seen Kev in here. I ain't seen Kevin in this chat.
No.
So he's probably new to the channel. If you are Kev, see what you like. Subscribe to the channel.
Big up,
Kev. Like, subscribe, comment, guys. And once this stream's finished, guys, you can still leave your comments in there, and me and Matt will get back to you. Not a problem. As I said, guys,
if you've come in late, you can watch it, later on YouTube or something. So if you want to do that for the proper. We go into depth about loads of different things. But yeah, have a good evening, guys, and let's hope tomorrow.
But you have to bear with the lagging.
Well, a bit of lag.
Going in but yeah, as I said, we've been Premier Hotspur TV, guys. I've been Simon. This has been co-host Matt. As I said, guys, just let's hope we can get something out of this. And we always like to end it with a sing-song on this channel. And this is one of our favourite songs, Matt, this season. That we love playing this right at the end. So good night, guys. God bless, and see everyone tomorrow. We will do a stream then after the game. So Matt, I think we've got one more comment there, Matt. Have we? What's it say? People are writing us off. Oh, Liverpool are too strong, etc. Our front three on the counter is up there. We're one of the dangerous around. Don't rule us out. Bang on, Cole. Absolutely. And if you hate Arsenal, stand up. Hey, go on, Nippon. Nippon loves it. Isn't it? Matt, he's up there, isn't it? He's up there with the Arsenal haters, isn't it?
He's up there. Good old Nippon. He's not bad for a Chelsea fan, to be fair.
Yeah, he's a good Chelsea fan, that one. So guys, we are gonna be out. I don't like this. Why can't these people come in a bit early and give us a bit of a thing? So guys, good night. God bless from Premier Hotspur TV. I've been Simon. This has been Matt. And let's hope we hear this song tomorrow after the game. Good night. God bless. And we'll see you soon, guys.